page 4 of your statement, the investigation. Paragraph 10, you can read there.
In June of 2022, after meeting with the Colonel Roelofse and I met with Mr. Andrew Leesk of AfriForum and Advocate Gerry Nel and Mr. Bateman. As an aside, Advocate Nel and Andrea Johnson worked together at the MPA at some point, and most notably on the prosecution of Oscar Pistorius. I can add there, at that time in 2011, Advocate Johnson also worked with us when we did the General Mgluli matter, the fraud and corruption matter, but later she withdrew from all activities on that investigation. Obviously because her husband is working for crime intelligence. Junaid Johnson.
Okay.
I have read Colonel Roelofse's statement submitted to the Commission and confirmed that my recollection of the meeting is the same as his, as contained in his statement. In particular, I want to highlight that Mr. Barry Bateman told us that Advocate Johnson had requested the information, the Petley criminal complaint, from him. I note that in his statement that I obtained from Mr. Bateman on the 23rd of June 2026, he stated he does not have a recollection of the circumstances that led to him sending the information to Advocate Johnson. However, he can only infer that it was following a discussion and response to a request from Advocate Johnson. This, together with Mr. Bateman's recollection of a reluctance to provide a statement when same was requested in 2022, suggests to me that Mr. Bateman is aware that Advocate Johnson's request to him was not
innocuous. Yeah. Now, can I just ask you, at the time when you asked Mr. Bateman for his statement in June 2022, had he prepared something? Did he give an undertaking that he would prepare a statement? Why did it take 4 years to secure that statement?
We did have, Colonel Roelofse did get a draft statement from Mr. Barry Bateman, but there was questions that we had relating to the events and how it occurred. And we wanted his downloads of the cell phone. But when Advocate Johnson were informed by Advocate Batoy, and he received a call from Advocate Johnson, I think it was for that reason that we couldn't finalize his statement at that point in time.
But what do you mean by that? I mean, you're just leaving it hanging in the air. What do you mean that is the reason that it took so long to get the statement from him?
I can just say that what I think Mr. Bateman was doing was to see whether anything is going to happen with the investigation before finalizing his statement. Because if I was in his shoes and he's trusting the police, he is informing us of the information that he received or the request that he received. Now all of a sudden, the same person who he gives the information about is phoning him. I will also perhaps just wait until something will happen from the MPA side.
But he didn't express to you the reason why he was delaying with the statement?
Not at all.
Okay. And do you recall how many times you would follow up to get the statement from him?
Quite a few times, but I must say that Advocate Gerry Nel and Mr. Least assisted me a lot in this matter to get the statement finalized.
Okay. Then you can continue with your statement. At page 5, the top of page 5, you said, I would suggest the call Mr. Bateman received. That was where you were at, middle of that paragraph.
I would suggest that the call Mr. Bateman received from Advocate Johnson in September of 2022, which I deal with later, had played a part in him not finalizing his statement. We requested the statement from Mr. Bateman in June of 2022, but Mr. Bateman only provided the statement in June of 2026, 4 years after he was requested to submit the statement.
When he submits the statement now in June 2026, is it because you followed up on it or he volunteered it finally?
Sorry, Commissioner. Yes, Commissioner. After I now received or I requested a prosecutor, and there was a